Guess what? If you don't want to get wiped out in life, you need to learn how to surf them big waves. You may not even know how to swim, but I'm talking about them big, energetic waves of life. If you don't want to get wiped out, you need to learn how to realize that life is frequency. And in frequency, there are waves. There's highs and there's lows. And once you realize that there's highs and lows, you start to feel a lot more grounded and centered on your life. That it's not so mysterious when you go from feeling like incredible, happy, fulfilled, to then the next thing is what happens after a high, just like a roller coaster. Woo! Here comes the low. And then you're feeling sad, and then you're feeling suicidal, and you're feeling depressed, and you're feeling worthless, and you're feeling, like you just want to give up. And you just need to realize that after the low, if you ride it out, comes another high. And some of these come more spread out, stretched out. They're not so like 1 minute the next. I mean, you're talking days and weeks and months and sometimes even years that you'll experience a low or you'll experience a high. And I guarantee it, there's no exception to this. And the thing about it is, how many people, ask yourself this, how controlled are you by your patterns, your habits, your behaviors, your thoughts, your beliefs, and ultimately even just your physical manifestation of self? How many of you feel powerless over something that is very, very predictable? This is predictable. There's not a mystery. You've created it a mystery because you feel like looking in the mirror, figuring out how you're really feeling, and starting to learn how to validate your own feelings is boring. It's stupid. That doesn't really work. Look, everything I'm talking about here on this Results Kill Excuses channel is everything that has given me positive results, breakthrough experiences along my healing journey, which started 13 years ago when I hit that rock bottom. And it's like, I was on a downward trajectory. I was going down, right? I had hit a high, financially successful business owner, investing in properties. And then the economy, 08, 09, man, that shit started going down and it crashed, man. And I chalked it up as I was a failure. I failed. I failed my family. I failed myself. And I know that from the ashes of that moment came a lot of self-sabotage, a lot of self-loathing, a lot of licking my wounds, and woe is me, and God, why did this have to happen to me? Anybody ever cried that out? Why me, God? Fuck, man. Why me? And it's like, looking back on it, man, that was a hell of a lesson, huh? That was a hell of a lesson. And I talk about it often that, most of us, we don't learn from the easy lessons, and we don't even learn from the hard lessons. It takes the hardest lessons in life to get you to finally. Why does it take the hardest lessons in life for people to finally be sick and tired of their own shit. Think about that. Why does it take you going through a complete crisis at the extreme level for you to finally be tired of the shit that you are? Tired of the shit you're saying, tired of the shit you're doing, tired of the shit that you're feeling, that you're ready then to do what? To make some changes. To make some changes. And the sad thing is, most of you that are hearing this, not all, I said most. Most of you are going to have to do this a few times, because here's the thing. Most people will ease up at the first sign of relief. When you come off of that low and you start feeling a little upward, you're like, oh, yay, life is feeling better. I feel so much better. You know what? Everything's going to be okay. And then you fucking ease up, man. You ease up, and then the minute you ease up, guess what happens? You kick in another downward, and then that defeats you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically even more. Right? I'm someone, man, I love climbing up hills. And I always say, going up is harder. Going down is more dangerous. It's the way that we're built. So you choose your hard. Do you want the hardest lesson? Do you want the lesson that's going to be dangerous for you? Could even take you out? To finally get you to change up. Finally be sick and tired of your bullshit. And that's the problem. It's your bullshit. It ain't nobody else's bullshit. You know you've been bullshitting yourself, and you know you're bullshitting other people. Right? And it's time to get honest with that. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the many people and the growing number of people all around this world, all over the planet, that have been reaching out to me, asking for help. And if you're someone that's interested in that, reach out. Greg@resultskillexcuses.com. 3 requirements. Tell me a little bit about yourself, schedule a 90-minute strategy session, and show the fuck up. Because my time matters. Your time matters, my time matters. And I know it's something that is scary. It is scary. But it says a lot about someone when you are finally at a place that you're going to start asking for some help on the outside. You realize that you can no longer do it all by yourself, nor should you, right? As much as I've had to survive the darkest nights along this path, the darkest nights of my life, you too, I know that because I shifted my energy and my attitude, I now have a support network. I have people that show up for me. I have people that I can call on. And guess what? You know, there are times that people that you call on this time and they show up, and then you call them next time and they don't show up. That doesn't make them a bad person, right? That doesn't mean you just discount them. The fact that anybody's ever showed up for you, you know, you really should be walking in an attitude of gratitude. That takes a lot. I definitely think a lot of people misconstrue that and don't really value how incredible it is if you have someone in your life that literally will put their life on pause. See, every person is a technical narcissist. Not to like the controlling, abusive, like the wild and crazy definition, but we're all narcissists in the sense that you only see your life through your lens. And so you want your needs to be met more than anybody else's needs. And if you're lying to yourself, saying, oh no, I think about others way more than I think of myself, there's another problem. That's a red flag. Uh-oh, caught ya. I caught ya. I caught you red-handed, right? See, the thing is the healthiest that you can be will always filter yourself as the priority of this life in a healthy way. See, we've been programmed to think the opposite. We've been programmed to think we need to put others before ourselves. That's toxic. That's you using other people to manipulate for your own lusts, pleasures, passions, whatever the hell it is. You're a manipulator. You're using other people if you don't truly love yourself, because see, you need that external validation. I commented on someone's post yesterday because I kind of have an idea of how this person operates. And the question was, what do you think is more important to pursue? Should you pursue money or your passions? Anybody want to guess what my response was? I said neither. The guy's like, what? What do you mean neither, man? It wasn't that type of question. Yes, it is, because I know what he was thinking. See, the thing about it is, the word pursuit is already problematic. That means you need to go find something. I need to go find some validation over here in this fucking tree, right? Behind that tree is going to be the validation. Me climbing up this mountain is going to make me feel better about myself, because sitting down and just connecting with the inner version of myself isn't good enough. I have to go do something. And then definitely I need other people to see that I'm doing things so that they can validate that what I'm doing is worthwhile. So it's not really about me. It's really about my need to feel that other people see me doing something and they make me feel good about myself. So you can literally substitute passion for pleasure. Passion and pleasure. What would you rather pursue? Money or pleasure? See, the thing is, what we really need to be doing, not pursuing, is connecting with our inner self. And that doesn't take anything more than time and attention with yourself, by yourself, unconditional, undivided, just connecting, looking in the mirror, and getting to the root of what's really going on inside. That ain't sexy enough. That doesn't do it. But yet, look at the broken system, right? How many generations have we been told, before you get the girl, get the body, get the bag, and then you'll get the girl. But then once you get the girl, if you hadn't done any of the inner work and you still got emotional wounds, right? Your trauma is still playing out. At the first sign of that woman or that guy that you think is the love of your life, that you need to validate your existence, right? When they up and leave, or they give signals of wanting to leave, guess who shows up? It's not a healthy and secure person. It's a wounded, traumatized person that's probably going to self-sabotage, probably do more harm than good. And the sad thing is that a lot of people, like attracts like. And so if you're in a toxic relationship, there's trauma bonding. Chances are, if you're a emotionally wounded person that hasn't done the inner work, and most of us haven't, let's just be honest. The reason why this message hasn't reached mass popularity yet is because most people are still in denial. Most people are still saying, let me pursue money, let me pursue a better body, let me pursue the relationship, let me pursue this thing, that if I get that thing, then everyone's gonna look at me and think that I'm the hero. When it's like, I got nothing against ambition, and I got nothing against putting in effort to build and grow something, but are you gonna really be satisfied and enjoy what you do if you're not doing it from a place of authenticity? If you're not doing it from a place of true inner alignment with your highest self? And have you, at this point in your life, figured out what are your true gifts? What is your frequency of genius? Not just expertise. An area of expertise is something that you've learned, you're really good at, sure, you can make money doing it. How many people that make a lot of money, but their bodies look like shit and their lives are a fucking mess? Money won't solve your problems. It can definitely help because money is attached to everything. But here's the thing. Everybody wants the shortcut, and to circumvent, that means to go around doing the inner work. And again, that needs to be the priority. You're never going to change my mind. I think that you can definitely have a very strategic approach to life if you're living life with intention, which is, again, I'm going to run down my 5 daily principles for keeping my cup full energetically. I start every day off with minding my mornings, right? This is journaling. This is breath work. This is sun gazing, grounding, listening to positive affirmations every day, right? That starts my day off with the right intentions. Secondly, more important than fitness is nutrition. So you got to eat your health. And that really is going to take discipline, especially if you are trying to heal emotional wounds. A lot of people have to always give in to their cravings, give into that discomfort, the rumbling of the tummy, and you're eating your emotions, and thus your body is taking the punishment for that. Third up is you need to move your body. We need to. It doesn't matter if you're a drinker, a smoker, a drug addict, a guy, a girl, overweight, underweight, whatever you are, you need to. That means you have to. You need to be exercising on a regular basis. If you haven't exercised in a long time, yeah, maybe that's 1 or 2 times a week for the first 2 weeks. Then it's 3 times a week for the 3 or 4 weeks. Then it's 3 to 4 times a week for the next 3 months. And then it's maybe 5 times a week for the next 6 months. You kind of climb up that ladder. But it's an essential part of your life, whether it's just going out for rigorous walks, going to the gym, getting in a class. You need to move your body. Fourth up is to be a lifelong learner, continuously giving yourself permission to try new things each and every day. Each and every day. Trying new things. The reason why that is so important, especially if you're an adult that thinks you know it all, is because when you try new things, you actually take off that I think I know it all mask, and you're like, oh wow, I actually don't know it all. And learning new things is fun. I might feel a little silly when I'm doing something new and I'm a little, uncoordinated or just not fully in the vibe of all the people that have been putting in the work and have mastery, right? But I'm willing to be the fool. I'm willing to try that new thing in order to what? What do you get from trying new things? You create a growth mindset. If you got a fixed mindset, you think you know it all. And you also think that you can't change and that whatever you got is the best it's going to get. That is a lie. And the fifth and final thing for every single day is lending a hand, making a difference in this world. But the thing is that you need to be the example. So taking care of yourself is what's more important. That's why this comes last. Take care of yourself first. 4 things that are fully focused on you. And when your cup is full, that fifth and final, that's going to be the overflow. Feel this. Imagine a cup. You minded your morning, ate your health, moved your body, learned new things, and then what lets the cup overfill? You filled the cup up. The overflow of abundance is lending a hand, making a difference in this world, knowing that it's not just about you. So even when you're acting as if your life don't matter, that's bullshit. Someone is waiting for you to be sick and tired of your own bullshit, to really lock in, ask for some help, turn your fucking life around, and start becoming the fullness of who you can be, the best version of yourself, without any apologies, Knowing that, yes, you're going to have to let some old things go, starting with some beliefs, then probably some people, but you will be better off for it. And guess what? So will they. So will they. It's selfish to hold on to things that no longer serve you. It's selfish to hold on to things. But that's my 5 daily principles for living. Again, mind your mornings, eat your health, move your body, learn new things, and lend a hand. And you do that every day, even just 3 out of the 4. You know that you're at least not operating from a place of exhaustion. How many of you are exhausted? Are you exhausted right now? Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, exhausted. And it's because you're running on empty. You're not living life with intention. You're just going through the motions. You're just in survival mode. That's miserable. It's a miserable place to be. And I send you a lot of love, light, joy, and peace because I've been there. I've been there, man. I'm writing the book. I've written books. We got the workbooks. And if you're looking for some self-accountability, right, click the link down below. What are you waiting for? Take action. Take that leap of faith. Join the 1% better every day lifestyle here at Results Kill Excuses. Get yourself the journal. 91 days. Invest in yourself for 91 days. Showing up for you. Truly reflecting on how you're moving, what you're doing. Give yourself some credit for the good things you're doing. Hold yourself accountable to be a little better every single day. Just a little bit. No one's got to be perfect. And that's what's holding a lot of you back. Is that fucking mindset of everything's got to be perfect. All the stars got to be aligned. When this happens and when that happens. And it's like, I talked to someone the other day and they were holding themselves back from doing things that you could tell that they genuinely wanted to do, but they needed for their child to hit a certain age. Oh, when they hit a certain age, which is years from now, then I'll be able to do something for myself. And that's so backwards. You're being manipulated. And so many of us have been conditioned to think that we need to sacrifice ourselves to our own demise as a means of caring and nurturing and showing up for our children, when it's like, are you kidding me? That's an example. Are you wanting them to do that and their kids to do that and just constant self-sacrifice to the point where it's like, is that really the best example that you could give your kids? Or are you truly trying to live from a place of authenticity? Keeping your cup full, keeping your cup overflowing, being the best version of yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and even then financially. Truly making a difference in this world, being the light of the world. That's what's happening right now. We're seeing a division like never before between the light and the darkness. One is not greater than the other, but at the end of the day, the darkness is a master manipulator. It's going to tell you lies. It's not going to shoot straight with you, and it's going to feed off of your energy. And it'll always, always leave you confused. It will always leave you confused. The light, pure truth. There's no questioning. There's no gimmicks with it. It's peaceful. It's loving. It's supportive. It's that really gentle whisper that gives you a little bit of reassurance. It may challenge you a little bit, but it's not going to leave you feeling confused, feeling desperate, feeling like uncertain. But it does take a measure of faith to take those leaps of faith. And again, it also takes that awareness to realize that there's patterns in life. There's highs and lows. Some things happen quicker and more frequent. Other things are a little more stretched out. And you got to learn how to ride these things. And that's doing life on life's terms, is really becoming self-aware. To know that there's things from your past that are impacting how you feel in the present. And until you go back and face those things and really give them new meaning and empower yourself to be free from the manipulation of your emotional wounds from the past, which really just takes you forgiving yourself, forgiving others, allowing for the love and the light and the joy and the peace to fill your heart, mind, and soul, so that you can truly open up yourself. It's really becoming more open. When you're contracted, you're suffering, you're sad, you're angry, you're alone, you're grieving, you're filled with guilt and shame, and even pride, anger. And it's like we need to stop that. We need to really be a little more kinder to ourselves. But kindness is not continuing to abuse yourself. Every time I talk to somebody and use the analogy of a parent with a child, you know, like if you're a parent and if you were to imagine having a 2-year-old and you're struggling with alcohol, you're struggling with drinking, you're struggling with like holding down a stable relationship, right? Any other issues you have, could you just imagine, like, if you were a smoker, would you start having the 2-year-old smoke, right? Would you have the 2-year-old start doing drugs? Would you have the 2-year-old start dating, right? Older people, having sexual relationships. And it's like all that sound, like the logical mind, it sounds stupid, right? It's like, that's so dumb, man. That's dumb. That doesn't make any sense. But yes, it does. Because most of you in your right mind wouldn't do that to a 2-year-old. And you have all these weird ways of explaining why. But at the essence, you just know in your heart of hearts, it's not the right thing. It would cause damage and probably even kill such a precious soul. And yet here's the truth. Inside of you is still an inner child that is wounded, that is hurt, that feels unloved, unseen, unheard. And it's your responsibility, no one else's. Yes, you. It's your responsibility to reconnect with that inner child and to reparent them, to be the super dad, the super mom, to be the most incredible adult you can be for them. Show them unconditional love, take care of them. And by doing that, what you do is you take care of yourself. And you realize that you have chemical codependencies, you have addiction issues, you have all kinds of mental blockages because of whatever you experienced in that, when you were in that timeline of the little kid. And you need to go back into the time machine and really start to account for all that stuff. This is the healing process. It's being able to have a full accountability of all the things that happened to you. And realize that you can't change any of them, but you can give them new meaning. You can accept that everything that happened needed to happen for you. For what? For you to grow, for you to be at this place right now, at this juncture in your life where you can literally choose life or you choose more of the same, which is literally just suffering. You choose an abundant life or you choose more suffering. But just know that you're choosing. You have control. Every single day, what you do shows what you're choosing. If you're doing more of the same, you're overeating, you're overindulging, you're using chemical dependency as a means of eliminating the pain, which is usually emotional. It shows up physical, right? But at the end of the day, you're choosing. And it's not until you get to a place where you're ready to be fucking accountable for that and stop those vicious cycles. Start choosing life each and every day. No days off. There ain't nothing boring about this life. There's nothing boring about your life being more fulfilled, more full, more connected with nature and creation and just your true self. Because anything else is artificial. Anything else leaves you still needing something more. Celebrating someone else's wins. Getting all emotionally angry and frustrated because someone else didn't meet your expectations from an athletic standpoint. Isn't that the craziest shit? That's the craziest shit. And I used to be the worst. Set yourself free. Realize the patterns, the highs and lows are predictable. You can become an energetic big wave surfer, and I can show you how. If you need some help, you're ready to stop the self-sabotage and get into the self-discovery, download the app, Results Kill Excuses, in your app store. Start putting in the work. There's over a month of free courses on there still, man. It's not going to be free forever, but it's free right now. And I really do appreciate you investing in yourself. And if you want to purchase some merch, you want to get the journal, the workbook, there's a lot being offered here. It's more than just talk. I'm not here to entertain you. I really, really, really hope to inspire you, to encourage you, and to cheer you on along your journey towards becoming the greatest version of yourself. I love you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for being a part of this. Like this message, share it, comment down below, tell me a little bit about yourself. It lifts me up every time you guys are encouraging me to just keep going, keep talking, and sharing how this message is supporting you along your life's path. I mean, you talk about putting fuel on my fire. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for making it to this point of the message. I love you guys. I'm going to keep showing up. You know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Greg's out.